Alright, welcome to the lunchtime video for the JNCIE-SP. My favorite video because it's the easiest one to do consistently. So, but of course it's probably the hardest one to switch gears to. I have had instances where I'm doing, because I'm not working. But anyway, what I'm saying is that it's time to get started to work on the test. So I'm hoping to have a good study session. I've kind of had a bad day today. I make a shake every morning, and I'm meant to measure out a certain amount of the powder I put in it, and I ended up accidentally measuring too much powder, which I haven't made that mistake in a long time. So it's just kind of a absent-minded brain lapse that I'm kind of concerned about, because I've never done that before. And you know, if your job is to make modifications to networking equipment, that kind of absent-minded mistake is really a concern. But things are so far going good this morning. Yep, and then we're going to be getting into the afternoon too, which hopefully will be better. We get a whole new second half of the day in which to have a good day. So hopefully it can be better than the morning. Yeah, I'll go swimming. I'll make sure I have a better day, and I've got my study group, so that'll be something to look forward to. So just because the morning wasn't so hot doesn't mean the whole day is going to be terrible. Okay, so and even better, we're doing the lunchtime video, so that's even better news, because this I really think I'm working towards kind of an admirable goal when I do this. So that's kind of self-affirming as well, kind of a sign that I'm having a good day. Just the fact that I can work towards my goals is always a good day. Any day where you're kind of your freedom and volition to work towards the things you find valuable is limited or in some way taken from you. That's when like the fact that is not the case right now, and I'm working on this goal that I want to work towards, is evidence that today's going really well. So let's continue that. We're gonna be learning about ERO in the context of MPLS traffic engineering. So this, from what I understand, is an RSVP concept. It's the initial message used to establish RSVP neighborships. It's kind of like the OSPF hello or the BGP open message. So now that's my preconceived understanding of it. So let's read all about it, and let's see if that preconceived notion is accurate or is inaccurate. So we're gonna do the same thing we do every time. Open up GNS3. Okay, so we got GNS3 open now. So yep, we're working on the JNCIE-SP. Perfect. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to do the help apropos strategy, because we're going to have that available when I actually take the tests. Okay, excellent. So got to get to right now I'm at the bash shell, so I need to get to the prompt for the Junos OS, and then I need to do help apropos, and then we're going to search for everything, but we're going to filter it by doing match help topic match ERO. Oops, and it looks like the E key, something happened, so let's try typing that again. ERO, perfect. And if that doesn't match, we can always do a space. So it looks like this isn't matching, so let's do a space at the yeah, let's do a space at the front, see if we get anything. Okay, nothing. Let's do a space at the back and see if we get anything. Okay, nothing. So let's try capital letters. Okay, so it looks like even if I use capital letters, we're still going to get matches for lowercase letters, so these searches are in fact case insensitive. Okay, so yep. So unfortunately, we're not going to have documentation here. Let me just search for RSVP because maybe there's some sort of example or documentation I can use just by searching for RSVP. Okay, so I don't see anything that we can use here. Maybe this will work. Let's try this. Nope, so I don't see anything there. Now this is where the help helper could probably really help things, but right now we're just studying, and I still don't plan to use the help helper. Maybe this is a good maybe this is a good kind of sign that might be a good thing to memorize and set up, but for now we're not going to do that. Okay, so computed ERO. Okay, so let's read the, it looks like we've got some just basic terminology definitions for different kinds of ERO. So let's start there. So we've got externally computed ERO, PCE controlled LSPs, externally computed explicit routes, when the route object is not null or empty, a series of hops, each with an address followed by a hop indicator. The value of the hop indicator can be strict or loose. Computed ERO, SL denotes strict loose hops. Ingress LSP, computed explicit route, a series of hops, each with an address followed by a hop indicator. The value of the hop indicator can be strict or loose. Yeah, that's not quite enough, so let's keep looking for some good, oh, okay, so here we go. Here's I think going to be a good one. Yeah, so we've got, yeah, achieving a make before break hitless switchover for LSPs. So now we've got a good explanation of EROs. So let's read this whole section. Yeah. And I'll add this to the notes. Okay, and they won't need to be crossed out. Okay, so there we go. It's not crossed out anymore. Oh yeah, I need an eye exam. And I do need an eye exam too, like I've got a like thinning retinas around the edge, so like I mean I haven't noticed anything. There's flashing if I look around, but they've got to check that like every year, because if it starts to get worse, like they might need to do something. But anyways, let's oh, okay, yeah. So yep, let's read this section, and then if we come away still confused about EROs, we'll keep looking for other documentation. But from now, let's just read. Well, we won't need to read that. Let's just read all of this here. So this is achieving a make before break hitless switchover for LSPs. Adaptive label switch paths, LSPs, might need to establish a new LSP instance or transfer traffic from an old LSP instance onto the new LSP instance before tearing down the old one. This type of configuration is referred to as make before break, MBB. RSVP-TE is a protocol used to establish LSPs in MPLS networks. The Junos OS implementation of RSVP-TE to achieve a hitless, no traffic loss, MBB switchover has relied on configuring the timer values in the following configuration statements. Optimize switchover delay, amount of time to wait before switching to the new LSP instance. Optimize hold dead delay, amount of time to wait after switchover and before deletion of the old LSP instance. Both the optimize switchover delay and optimize hold dead delay statements apply to all LSPs that use the make before break behavior for LSP setup and teardown, not just for LSPs for which the optimized timer statement has also been configured. The following MPLS features cause LSPs to be set up and torn down using make before break behavior. Adaptive LSPs, automatic bandwidth allocation, BFD for LSPs, graceful routing engine switchover, link and node protection, nonstop active routing, optimized LSPs, point to multipoint P2MP LSPs, soft preemption standby secondary paths. Both the optimized switchover delay and optimized hold dead delay statements, when configured, add an artificial delay to the MBB process. The value of the optimized switchover delay statement varies with the size of the explicit route objects, EROs. An ERO is an extension to RSVP that allows an RSVP path message to traverse an explicit sequence of routers that is independent of conventional shortest path IP routing. The value of the optimized switchover delay statement also depends on the CPU load on each of the routers on the path. Customers set the optimized switchover delay statement by trial and error. The value of the optimized hold dead delay statement depends on how fast the ingress router moves all application prefixes to point to the new LSP. This is determined by the packet forwarding engine load, which can vary from platform to platform. Customers have to set the optimized hold dead delay statement by trial and error. However, as of release 15.1, Junos OS is able to achieve a hitless MBB switchover without configuring the artificial delays that such timer values introduce. This topic summarizes the three methods of achieving a MBB switchover from an old LSP to a new LSP using Junos OS, specifying the amount of time Okay, so unfortunately, I don't think this was what we were looking for. Now that I have and I kind of knew this, but I just didn't know it viscerally. Um, Now that we have more of a explanation as to what ERO actually is, we'll have much better documentation to read through. So yeah, so it looks like this is a constraint. So to configure an ERO that forces the LSPs to use router 3, do the following on the gateway router. So, oh, it looks like we already configured an ERO. You must first enable MPLS and LS and RSVP on the appropriate interfaces. After you set up the LSP, you have to associate it with a particular path. To configure the explicit route through router 3, use the path statement. Okay, so we already created a explicit route object, but let's continue reading this. The configuration does two things. It defines a path and applies that path. The path called to router 3 specifies a particular IP address through which the LSP must traverse towards its destination. Because the path is loosely constrained, configured with the loose statement, the only requirement is that the LSP pass through that address. It doesn't matter which interface is used, what path is used to get to that point, or what path is used from that point to the destination. When RSVP sets up this LSP, it uses the underlying IGP to route from the ingress point to the ERO, router 3 in this case, before continuing its final destination over the established LSP. RSVP uses IGP to route from the ERO to the LSP egress point. In this example, the address used for the path constraint is a specific interface address for router 3. By specifying the interface address, you can dictate how the traffic will flow through the network. That is to say, the traffic will be routed to that interface en route to the final destination. If you use the loopback address of router 3 instead of a particular interface address, you have less control over the path the inbound traffic will take. Traffic is routed to router 3, but it may arrive on any interface. However, your IGP should know the shortest path to reach this loopback interface. The primary statement is what ties the LSP to the path you created. When you apply the path to the LSP, you want to apply it as the primary path so that all traffic on this LSP uses the path. You can configure secondary paths, which would then be used if the primary path is not available. If, for example, an ERO in the primary path was not reachable. Okay, so this I think was okay. We'll add this to the list. So I know what an ERO is now. It's just that static configuration that I was using. Let's see if I've still got that on there and if the resulting LSP is up. So, yep, it looks like I still have it. Let's see if it's up. Oh, it looks like right now it's down. Let's remove all of the extra stuff I've got on here. This admin group, this adaptive, and let's see if that makes a difference. The admin group on the interfaces. Okay, so we've got it removed from the interfaces. So the next step is going to be to, oops, and it looks like I might have accidentally removed the whole interface instead of just the admin group, because I don't see under, oh no, because this is relative to edit protocols MPLS, so we do still have those interfaces in there. Okay, but now we can remove the extra configuration under label switch path. Okay, so we're good to go. All we need to do is, oh, let's see here. I don't even know. Having trouble thinking clearly again. And this was a problem this morning, so it seems to be coming back. Oh, right, okay, no. So we're gonna do show MPLS LSP. Okay, so it's up now. We're good. I will take a quick break. Hopefully that kind of gets me back on track mentally. I feel like I'm okay, but this morning I definitely did not feel on track. So I'm just going to take a quick break, and hopefully that helps. I'll be right back. Alright, welcome back. I had to take a bit of a longer break than usual. Good news is I am feeling a lot better than I was. Yep, unfortunately I ran out of time. So that's going to be the end of the JNCIE-SP video for today. I will see you in the next one.